this the lower section, so it's below the
You got
lungs.
cracked ribs?
Okay.
Yeah, if I sneeze or if I cough, oh man, I don't want to feel cough.
It's just a draft. That's all that is.
Okay.
Okay. Bethany has not seen that yet, so
Okay.
Oh, CDL.
yeah, I did.
Is she coming, yay or
Well,
nay?
hopefully you don't have any cracked
Figure
ribs.
that
So.
out. I can't remember whether we said she didn't have to.
Yeah.
Meat.
But there's not really,
Well,
there's
she
not
hasn't
really anything you
given
can
you
do for it.
She hasn't given you answers on the
Just kind
township
of suffer
grounds.
through it.
This, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
Lady
she
know.
joking around. This is a very serious meeting, okay? You understand that? Okay. Just make sure.
Oh, did you scare him?
Buddy, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you played very long.
You're
You're awesome.
all about it. What a good boy. What a good boy.
Oh man.
Oh,
Hey.
man.
Nobody likes joking around more than me. I'm just gonna tell you that right now, okay? So we're
That
straight.
saved me.
Yeah, look
So we're
at the lamp in the window.
Yeah. You like my lamp?
Did you see the lamp?
That means we have a leg up on
Do
this.
you know what that lamp
Yeah.
means?
Just keep the volume down.
Speaking of.
I don't think I heard the meetings
Oh.
or minutes.
There they lie. Weather got
Yeah,
just terrible right before we got to come here. Or at least me.
yeah, raining.
Sideways rain.
Is Bethany coming? Do you know?
I don't know. Well,
Chad we
the
talked about
only
her.
reason
doing
I thought she might be is because of Liz Stitzel's.
Well, remember she
Email.
was going to get you an answer on her conflict of interest on the township ground,
Yeah.
and she also was going to get an answer on whether it was an issue for me to help with the permit on that sewer.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do remember us saying, is 4 o'clock going to be a problem? And she said, no, she should be able to leave early and get over here. But maybe I should have sent her a reminder. I don't know.
But
Really?
I don't have an
Yeah.
answer on the township anyway, so
Okay.
which we can
She
go
emails
to
me
once you
back
start
anyway.
the meeting. But if she doesn't show up, it isn't. For my purposes, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
Brooke sent me a text for
Mine
one
neither.
if she was going to be. I said, I don't know. I said, she even need to be here for that matter. So I didn't know what all was going to do. Well, I guess it is a couple minutes past 4, so go ahead and call this meeting to order. It looks like finalize any year-end issues. Brooke, I think you've got a couple things laying here. I don't know if you want to touch base on those.
Those are an encumbrance we're going to do for the fire truck. We're encumbering, was it 30,000? I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. So,
Basically, what you had left in CCD.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll use next year's budgeted amount plus that to make the payment. Probably in the next first probably 2 to 3 months of the year, I would guess, but I don't really
they haven't
know.
said when they were going to deliver it.
Yeah.
So-
I think January.
Was it January?
That's what Aaron told me.
Yeah.
But then it could be pushed back. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what he was thinking, probably the end of January. So,
And then the other thing is transfers we did.
okay. I don't know if you need a vote on that. We just need to sign them, or do
Yeah,
we?
you just need to. Well, I don't think that.
There's a
Vote.
because if you read it, that's a resolution.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it? Okay.
One of them's a resolution. The other one's actually an ordinance for the encumbrance. So.
Yeah. Oh, that might be her.
Okay.
It is.
Oh.
Hello.
So we have the encumbrance that you don't need a vote on, right?
No, they need to vote on both.
Oh, both of those.
Okay.
Okay. So the vote on the encumbrance and the
Cheat sheet is on
transfer.
how to vote on them.
Okay. Do you guys want to read these, or have you read these?
I have died.
I haven't either. Read them to us.
or here, give him here. I'll read them.
You want to explain what exactly what you're doing? The reason you have to do that?
The transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're all different, but we're taking money from the building fund. You mean like the clerk treasurer?
Well,
Or-
like basically, we were
You're
over
covering-
budget in
yeah.
those items. So, but we had other areas like the building maintenance fund was under budget. So you're transferring.
Right.
Everything has to be as zero.
Yeah.
Can't be a
Oh.
negative.
And this is pretty standard. So we're over a little bit in a few of these appropriations. So we took an appropriation that had
Slip down, Beth, if you would.
quite a bit left in it.
Oh, she's got a copy.
I've got a copy of
Yep.
Took 6,900 out of it, 6,935 to cover the appropriations that were over.
Okay.
I didn't know if you meant like just explain each one or
No,
explain
no,
the
I would
overall.
explain
Oh
each
yeah.
one, just the
So
general
that's what that
premise.
is.
Yeah.
And then in MVH, so we have general fund and MVH where we moved money
Into.
because one was over 450 in one that had money in it into one that didn't have money.
Mhm.
That way, at the end of the year, 31st, everything is nothing's in the red.
Yeah, that,
Okay, which number is that one? We probably vote on that one. 10 or 11?
10.
Okay, go ahead.
Transfers.
I'll make a motion that we
End of year
approve.
transfers.
Is that okay with you? That
End of year transfers.
the end of year transfers resolution 2025-10.
Okay,
I second motion.
motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, next one, 11.
You want to explain it, dear? It's the same thing.
That's it. The only difference was we found that was the encumbrances were always ordinances to encumber. So,
Yeah. So this is just an ordinance to encumber the money for the
Truck.
fire truck,
Truck.
and here's the invoice for it.
Okay.
So last time we didn't have an invoice, we had a bill of sale or something like that. Order this. Aaron got us an invoice, so that makes it.
Let me guess.
Me
he
a little
just
more happy about
changed
that. I don't know what he did. I didn't ask Bethany's. Don't talk like that.
We don't have to.
Fair, fair. You're right.
It actually is different.
It is different.
It
yeah.
says invoice. That's all we care about.
He wrote in crayon invoice. Okay.
We need to vote on that one too, I guess. I'll always do the thing.
Be serious.
I make a motion that we vote to approve the encumbrance and transfer ordinance 2025-11.
Second.
Been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
And passed also.
Okay. Other than that, I have this
Okay.
the accounts payable voucher that I've used thus far. That's the same thing you
Okay.
do every month, and then. Do you want me to just finish up here with what I have, or you want to go on from there?
Yeah, go
'Cause
ahead.
I think the only other thing I have, we have 4 customers on Otten Road, and Chad, feel free to weigh in here. That 2 of them have water, wastewater. 2 of them only have wastewater, pay wastewater. They all want to know if they can do this new trash service. I mean,
Yeah, you're
my
already.
opinion is they're customers. That can be like if somebody comes back and says, "Well, I live on Otten, why can't I do it?" Well, because they're customers,
Oh, they're all.
and we
Yeah,
tie their bill.
and it's
We
part of
tie
the
their
water
bill
bill.
into their water bill,
Yeah.
and it's all tied together, and it's an easy transition. In order to get everyone on Otten Road that's not a customer, that's on their own well, we just have to make up a trash bill, and that's not what we're doing. That's not what we do.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to me, it's fine with me, but you guys can make the decision and let me know. They are 3 of the 4 people have called and asked us if we would do it. I think maybe they all know each other and got together, which is fine. They would like to use our trash
all
services.
those 4 people out currently on our trash.
Yes, they're on.
No,
They're
they're on our utility.
they're on our utilities,
The
so
water.
they get a bill. But no, they do not pick up there. They don't have a. I mean, they do that separately. So
Okay, where they got to pay extra.
it's yeah.
Okay.
It's right across from CVS on Otten Road,
Okay.
up the hill. It's like 4 of the first 5 residences, I
Yeah,
believe.
you skip one. It's the first
Yeah.
one. You skip one, and then it's the next
Yeah,
3. So,
That's
So,
how you mine.
quick history lesson for the
it
new
is yours, Sally.
Yeah, because I remember hearing about
Sounds like
that
it's in
in
that
a
pocket.
past meeting.
That's why I couldn't figure out when.
Sorry. How
Sorry.
that's going to be just those 4 houses along the lot.
It's like a grandfathered or
well,
something.
yeah. So one of them that's closest to the library was because when they were doing water and sewer for the church,
Okay, I
his
remember that.
sewer line got cut, so
remember.
he had to be hooked. He had to be tied in because
Yeah.
his septic was damaged. Then one of them to the north of Crestview was right before I started working for the town. They built a new house, And that law that I've talked about kind of came into play. They're so close. They're not going to approve a well and septic for that new house. Then another one that's to the north, I was very involved in. Same deal. They did not want to hook up to our utilities, and they ended up being forced to hook up to our utilities. So, and then the last one, most recently, where you go straight off Crestview into their driveway, his septic failed, and so he just took sewer. He didn't. We have a meter pit on the property for water, just in case he ever wants it, but he only wanted sewer. So,
Okay.
and then we do the other one several years ago. We discussed picking up leaves since they're paying a utility bill. So those 4 people, we will go pick up their leaves. Which is why when she asked me about the trash, I was like, "Oh, we're already picking up their leaves.
Yeah.
They're already getting a utility bill."
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was one of those definitely needed.
Do they need to vote on that?
I would.
Yeah. I mean, I have no problem. Like you say, as long as we put it on the water bill anyhow, and they're receiving water bills, pretty simple. So
I make a motion that we include those 4 residents that live on Otten Drive into our trash pickup contract.
I second.
it's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
That was easy. Okay.
The only caveat to them, Brooke, when they call, remember we discussed that any contracts they have with Waste Management are not our responsibility.
Yeah.
They have to break their contracts
Okay.
to be
Yeah.
able to take
Alright.
our service. So I could see them saying, well,
Yeah.
can they? No, I don't think that's the town's responsibility. They
Yeah.
have to get their own.
Is Waste Management already picking theirs up?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, at least that was my understanding, right, Brooke? But Waste Management was already picking their trash up
Yeah.
now.
That just makes even more sense.
So now I think they wanted to switch because I think they were paying an out of town.
Yeah, they were paying like the county.
over 20 some bucks.
Yeah.
a month. So,
Oh.
Yeah. They weren't getting the town rate.
Yeah.
Ah.
Do they
Yeah.
know that they need to contact Waste Management?
Well, that's why I figured she's
Yeah.
probably going to get a hold of them.
Okay.
So
We'll call them tomorrow. We had to wait on
Okay.
this vote and see.
Okay.
They'll be saving money then, won't they?
Okay.
Yep. Everybody wants to do that, right?
That's the
Yeah.
report.
Okay. Let me make sure I don't have any other.
Any other business that?
Nope.
The only other thing that.
Oh, I do have one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry. The Cardinal copy guy. He came by. You guys can look at this. So we
The
talked
new
about,
copier?
yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to take that one over to the police station. They're going to move it for us for free. Well, they say for free. They'll probably add something in somewhere.
Sneak
No
it
free
in.
lunches.
Yeah.
Unless it's like that.
But here are the 3 options. We have an upgrade, which we don't need. It has like staplers, stuff that we won't utilize. So just disregard that. But that's the 3 options. One that's just like this, but it's updated to where they can get parts for it.
Oh,
Because that's the problem with that one. There's no more. They can get no more parts for it. So if
It's
it
only-
breaks down, we're looking at having to wait on them to move a new one in. Where if we get a newer one, it breaks down, they can bring parts out that day. So we won't be down for days without our printer or copier and printer. And then the refurbished one, he has the purchase price, the lease price. Yeah, there's that. I think that top page is the only one you need to look at.
Purchase price is $49.12. A lease price is $109.22 per month, I assume. Refurbished is $2,500, and lease is $78.
So we just purchased it. Okay, so in other words, basically in about 47 months, we'd have that paid for.
Yeah, I did the math on that. It made more sense to buy it
Yeah.
than
I mean,
lease it.
the thing is, when you lease them, you have the
Lease
thing
is
for
ongoing.
7, 8, 9, 10 years. You paid for it 3 times.
She said she thought they had that one for at least 5 years. So I just did it on the low end 5 years, and in 5 years it was like almost $1,500 more that you'd be paying leasing than already have bought it. So
Less than 5 years, you won't get parts for that one.
yeah, right, exactly. That's where we'll be.
So it's about double. But this is a
That's
new
new.
one.
Yeah.
That's brand new. This is refurbished.
Yeah.
IMC. that's
Sarah wanted me to
25,
share. She's concerned about the refurb because that's a refurb, and it does not print dark enough when she does.
You can't add ink or change the.
You know,
Main
we
cartridge.
talked to that Steve guy about it. He said that's as good as you're going to get it. So I don't know. I don't.
Okay, what? I trust you have some fund. We plan to take that out of.
Yeah. We got to. I mean, are you wanting to get it this year? You want to get it in January's budget? We could do either. We have enough. What is it? 4,000. What's the
49.
4912.
What did we pull from building? 10?
Do you have the?
From building?
Is it on my desk?
You mean these?
No.
Not those.
Is that your age?
You
sitting
pulled
back
that. Oh, here, you put it back in there.
What's their ability to have the invoice to us like tomorrow? I mean, so you could actually write the check this year.
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
When are you guys off for the year?
Tomorrow.
Really? Tomorrow's your last day?
No.
Yeah, never.
What did you say? Building fund?
Yeah, we took 10 out of it, right? To do the transfers.
We took 69.
Oh, so there's enough in the building maintenance fund to cover that.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
It's over 6,000.
If you can get the invoice to us.
All right, I'll call them tomorrow and see what I can do.
Okay.
I'm sure they can whip something up.
So we probably need a motion, whichever. I mean, obviously, I'm in favor of going with a new one
I am too.
because I think you get refurbished. Okay,
Yeah, you don't know.
what else is they refurbished what was broken, but what else could there break? And all that. I think in the long run it'd be a better deal.
Does that come with like 1 year maintenance service or whatever?
Yeah, that comes with maintenance and toner delivery and I'll
For how long?
How long is the maintenance for?
That's what
That's a good question. I don't
There's a
know.
note at the bottom. Didn't that say that?
It might. There's a whole. Give me that, and I'll look through it real quick. Sarah's actually one that met with him because I was online with Keystone, or on the phone with Keystone. So, that's the police station. Oh, we got the police station lease will be less than what we pay up here because they're low. They're changing them to low volume.
Mhm.
So we lease this one now.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna they take this, the one we're leasing there, they will take back. We will drop that. We'll drop paying for that. They'll do a low volume lease on that, which is half the price maybe. I'd have to look at it.
Half the price of what other
130 less
than what they're currently
A month.
paying, or than what we're paying.
what we're paying up here.
Okay.
That's good.
You guys can move on, and I'll look through this and see if I can
I'd
find
like
the.
to make a motion. Are we ready for
Maintenance.
that?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion that we buy
Oh,
the.
did you want to hear?
Yeah,
Before we make a
actually,
motion?
I really did.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to come up with it, but I'll try. I mean, you guys can move on, and we'll come back to this.
Okay.
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 Or should I ask Sarah?
Chad?
She knows.
Go ahead. You go ahead and do your thing here.
Okay, so the township ground, which Bethany can chime in here, I don't have an answer. Gary Gangler, I talked to Michael Gokenauer twice. Once right before I got here, he said that he has tried getting hold of Gary Gangler and he hasn't got an answer. He did get an answer out of the other advisory member. It sounded reasonable to him, but it needs to be unanimous, I guess. So he said he'd have for sure. He promised me an answer by our January meeting. So to move forward with legal, assuming she can do both sides, then that they would pay their half of that. So
Mhm.
so I don't have really an answer for that. And then the only other thing I had was that you asked me for a draft agreement, which that is just a draft that I took some stuff I found online and massaged it, and it looks okay, but I figured Bethany would want to look it over. And
When are you planning on taking that class?
I don't know yet. I'm waiting on my wife has 2 surgeries she has to have done after the first of the year on the bad wrist. So I'm kind of waiting to see, so I'm not out of town for 4 or 5 days while she's doing that.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping March is what I would
Okay,
like.
okay.
Yeah, so
Okay. And Beth, you've already got a copy of that. Just
Yeah.
need to make sure we're good.
Because it's just a draft right now because I don't know that the 1,700 for the class is a hard cost, but lodging, I kind of threw a little window in there, and then once I know for sure, that's when I'd actually sign it,
Okay.
saying that
Okay.
I'm completing the class. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Do you have anything else?
Well, obviously, I had a meeting with Phil Kirkhoff and his engineers from Kimley Horn today on location of utilities. I have a couple. I'm going to try to find a tile that's out there in that field for him. I offered to do that. We discussed one thing I did want to tell you guys that I told him him and I are kind of going back and forth on the brush pile area, and his proposal to move it. I am not thrilled with, but I told him I am not the final say. So his proposal was a land swap to basically the property, measure out the property that we have on the brush pile now, move the brush pile to where people would go down North Street to get to it. So it'd be basically in that corner of North Street where North Street stops. I told him today, my opinion on that is let me show you a plan, a landscape barrier plan, and see what you think about that. Like a offset row, 2 rows of arborvitae or something like that. So just leave it where it is. And now the orientation will have to change. People have to load from east to west instead of north to south. But I said, if you move it over there, I feel like we're going through a bunch of headache just to move the headache to 100 feet away, and it's still going to be in the backyard of one of these new houses.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here. I haven't been down that way for a long time. How in the world would you get to it?
Well, basically, where North Street stops, you would open that up into the brush area, and the brush area would be right there. So where North Street dead ends right there, that opens up into his property that he bought.
I don't see where
Okay.
that's up.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was kind of my take on it. But I wanted to be cautious and told him that I said if there's a better option that would help move it, I said I'm not trying to shut you down. I'm just saying that I don't think that that's from my opinion. But I said I am not the final call when you get. Now he was fine for today for his conceptual purposes just to leave it where it is, and I told him I would get him a landscape plan of what it might look like if we shield it.
Mm-hmm.
So to where basically as people are driving by, they're not going to see it. They're only going to see the entrance. There'd be a hole in the arborvitae where people drive in, and that would be to the east of where the actual brush would get dumped. So that when they drive in, when people drive by it, they would just see just an area, a driveway going back in there. They wouldn't necessarily see where we're actually putting the brush.
Mhm.
Like I said, I understand where he's coming from. I mean, these houses would not be probably $300,000-$400,000 houses. So I get where he's coming from, but he's still in the conceptual, making sure he can prove the concept. There was a little bit of good news. Hopefully if we can find some of that drainage, that would save him some money on the drainage. If we can find that tile that's existing out there, and we can find the sewer maps, they were somewhat encouraged that maybe they can try to get out of a pump station, but they don't know for sure. And then they were looking at a pond location because there would have to be a pond for retention. That's pretty much a given nowadays.
Has he any plans drawn up yet or anything?
No, he had no plans. Yeah, they had a okay. So that leads to, I think she's going to chime in. They had a meeting with NDOT.
Yep.
So I was somewhat surprised, but I shouldn't be surprised at what NDOT would like from them. So, and that's, of course, that all hinges on whether he can buy Mary Lou's property. Because he wants she already has access to the highway that's permitted.
Mm-hmm.
The area he has that comes to 26, it does not have a permitted access. So he would really like Mary Lou's property. So I am almost sure that was all I had to say, and the rest of it she had to say. So,
Okay.
Is that your way of leapfrogging it to me?
yeah.
Okay.
I think Brooke's still looking, so yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Well, I got this whole page has all the information we need, but I just got to clarify it. So go ahead.
Okay.
Bethany.
Okay. So, Liz called me yesterday. I don't know. All my days are running together. Whenever the day of her meeting was, with NDOT. And so what they are requesting is that they want the left-hand turn lane along 26. There's already space for that. It shouldn't be an issue. They want a right-hand turn lane off of 26, and they want it to be 300 feet long. Am I remembering that correctly? Okay.
Yeah.
So they really they don't want to do like any sort of a shortened turn lane. I guess you can do like 150 feet. They really don't want to do that. They really, really, really want 300 feet. So one proposed solution was that they would need to start at the fire station driveway to make that happen, widen the road. But since the fire station is owned by partially the town of Rossville, partially how many other townships, Chad?
3 townships.
3 townships. So we'd have to have everybody on board pretty much. As far as that, Liz had asked if we would kind of take the lead on touching base with those people to see would they be acceptable to dedicating a part of that land to NDOT, basically to the highway, so that they could widen the road, add the appropriate turn lane in there. They are not asking for the town or the townships to pay anything associated with that.
That's good.
They will take care of all. They're going to have the developer take care of all the costs associated with that. They're just asking for a small chunk of ground, basically, and then subsequently they would have to move like the fire station sign back. I would argue that if we're going to do that, someone else other than the town or the townships needs to pay for putting the sign up in a new permanent location, basically. So we don't necessarily have to make a decision on it right now, but I told her I would throw feelers out there, and then I don't know who's the most appropriate contact to try to contact the other townships that have ownership of the fire station about confirming with them. But I said I would start with the town if you guys were, potentially agreeable to something like that, so that we could at least move forward. Obviously, at some point, we'll have to have a little bit more paperwork involved with it. But our thought process was just put out feelers, see how everyone felt about that. Chad, did I miss anything?
I don't think so. I wasn't privy to the meeting, other than the email got forwarded to me that they had the meeting.
Yeah.
And then Phil Kirchhoff confirmed that they had a meeting.
Yeah.
It was all news to me this morning.
Okay.
So then, I knew that they wanted a turn lane. So basically, the sidewalk that's there now basically moves back 12 feet. So,
And they're paying for who someone other than the town, or we are not paying for the sidewalk either. All of this would be $0 cost to the town of Rossville. Now we're not making any money by giving them any piece of the land for the roadway or anything like that.
I can't imagine that the core group would object. I mean, we could withhold our money for the new fire truck, I guess, but hold that over their head. But we wouldn't do that. Yeah. But I can't think that would be a problem really to do that, because I know they have kind of wanted a route behind the fire station to get back to different parts of the town without having to go to the highway, which that would benefit them.
Yeah.
Well, and actually Liz said the exact same thing. She's like, honestly, they may appreciate a right-hand turn lane, because even in busy traffic, if they're trying to pull out and people aren't stopping like they're supposed to in like an emergency setting, they can pull out into the turn lane and then merge on to the highway a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So there are some advantages. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine that there would be any pushback on that whatsoever.
Okay.
So
somebody needs to contact the other townships.
Yes.
Yep.
Who wants to do that? I am happy to. I just need contact information for them.
I can. That's the same guy I've been talking
Perfect.
to. He's
Fantastic.
Mike's still the president of the Corps?
Yeah.
So I'll add that to my communication with him. So.
Fantastic.
we're probably due for a core meeting anyhow sometime in January, I'm guessing. So
Perfect. Then I will report back to Liz that thus far, town seems to have no issues with it. We are going to reach out to the other townships and see how everyone feels about it. And assuming that the answer is yes from everyone, let me know, and I'll draft up just kind of like someone will draft up some sort of like a brief letter, just basically saying, yep, we're all okay with exploring this further. So I can get it back to Liz, so she's got something to run with, and then obviously, there'll be more paperwork to follow.
Okay.
This is all hinged on Kirchhoff being able to acquire that ground, which he doesn't currently own. So that's a few ifs. I'm surprised NDOT even took the meeting, since he doesn't own the ground yet. But I'll let Kirchhoff know as well.
Perfect.
You know, because he was going to try to find Mary Lou when he left me today. So I don't know if he found her or not. So.
Okay.
May the force be with him.
Indeed.
Okay, Brooke, what'd you find?
I'm catching up on my notes here. Purchasing land. We'll put contingent on Kirkhoff purchasing the land. That way, don't take anyone off here on my minutes. Did we accept these yet?
Oh,
Okay.
No one on my list there, so.
Okay. Well,
Because we probably do that the next meeting.
no, that's the minutes from last meeting.
That's
Yeah,
the last
that's
meeting.
Correct.
yeah. So
I
you
mean, we
need to.
can, I mean,
Oh, because this
No.
is,
Well, I mean, we can. You'll have 2 sets of minutes though. You'll have these minutes and these
Okay,
minutes.
we
so
can go
you
ahead
can
and
do
do-
whatever.
Yeah.
But I just saw that and I'm like, I don't think we voted for or to accept it. And then on the Cardinal copier thing, so on this page, you can pass it around. It has the new plan, 570 for 35,000 copies, black and white, 1,200 color. Our old plan was 495, and any overages took it up to 1020. We probably went over a few times, but not on the regular. So this is going to be fairly. It says we'll save 450 a month on those months that do that, and then so it'd be 570 a month, and that's for the toner for the copies that we make.
for the new machine.
Mm-hmm.
even though we buy it.
Yeah, it's the new maintenance plan.
Still have to
So
pay for
each
toner
one,
and
yeah.
paper and
So that'll take care of the toner and any maintenance we need on it. And right now we have one. We have a plan where we're 495.
Yeah.
That's an expensive little plant.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking,
That is.
Twiz, we use
Yeah.
that much.
We can wait and talk about this
that's
in
about
January.
$6,000 a year
Yeah.
for just the maintenance.
Yeah, yeah. I
You want
mean,
me to do more?
I think we could buy paper and they'll deliver it and toner.
We do buy our paper, but they don't. They deliver the toner.
Yeah.
The only thing I was thinking about was some kind of a maintenance backup that maybe I'm old school, but it usually would come with a new piece of equipment.
Well, we are talking about a new piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there
it will
should
be
be
new.
some kind of warranty
Yeah, exactly.
with that for X number of years.
Yeah.
All right. I
So-
have this guy's card. I'm happy to share it with any of you guys. If you want to call and get more information or want me to get more information, I will. But yeah, this isn't anything that's
Pressing.
pressing. So
Except
I get
by the end of the year, we wanted to talk about get a new
But you can
copy.
still buy it. You can just ixnay the maintenance contract.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, until we
Yeah.
get more information.
Until you
And
get
then,
more.
yeah, get the information, then we can have that at the next meeting.
okay.
To know what we're going to do. But it'd be nice to know, okay,
Right.
how much paper are we using? What would it actually cost us to buy the paper? I mean,
Well, we do buy our
No,
own
we
paper.
are
It's not
buying
paper. It's
We'll pick it
toner.
up at Sam's when we're.
Yeah.
Well, is
Yeah.
my question is, do they have, so some of these models, they'll have like special toners that are only for like
Mhm.
their
That model.
maintained machines?
Yeah.
that you can't just go buy from Staples
Another
or
good
something like
question.
that.
Yeah, some
So
are
is
way
that-
more
is that-
expensive than others too.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, you probably ought to buy it until you know about the maintenance contract.
Yeah.
Let's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
not worry about it.
Yeah.
It's
It's not.
With that small amount, we'll have something in next year's budget. We can buy it.
It's just too many questions.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
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 Let's just table that.
Okay.
Okay.
We've already approved the purchase, correct?
Well, are we? You want me
No,
to?
you never made. I don't.
No,
no,
no.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So I will, maybe someone make a motion that we did go ahead and purchase the new machine.
No, I didn't know we were going to make a motion on that.
Okay.
I thought we just
We're just
Well,
gonna-
see if you purchase it. And you
Okay,
Don't have a maintenance
okay,
contract
all right.
on it.
Yeah,
I
let's
thought we
just
should-
table the whole thing.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
No problem.
And then minutes. You all looked over those.
I'll make a motion we approve not last month's minutes, the previous meeting's minutes.
Second.
We have, minutes have been approved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chad, do you have more stuff?
Okay.
I did have one other thing. but it's not-
Okay,
it's
that's
not
right. I'll put
important.
minutes down here.
Oh, she still got. Yes, we did get the truck last week, so
Oh, good.
it was.
Oh.
I need to figure out some way to thank you for Bobby Hall. At least announce it here. He was with us from 10 o'clock till about 3:30 in the afternoon to look it over, close the deal. The guy didn't make it super easy on us, and Bobby has refused to send us a bill for that. I fully intended we'd have to pay him something
Well, yeah.
for him going with us, but he said he would not send us a bill. So I just
Oh.
wanted to say that I really appreciate Bobby.
Plate of cookies for that man.
Yeah,
Thanks, Bobby.
was very helpful to us. So at the best of our ability, he had his code scanner. We went through it. They drove it.
He checked it out.
We
thoroughly.
checked it out, but it's like I said, it is a used truck, and it's a used truck, so it's sitting down at the wastewater plant
Now
now.
I'm gonna get away with it. So.
So I'm feel pretty confident with it, and now we'll just have to. It's kind of on the back burner until we have time to start looking for the hoist that goes
Okay.
on it, the dump hoist that you have to put on it. So
Okay.
we'll just keep going. But I wanted to.
So now you're hoist shopping.
Yeah,
Hoist
now we're
shopping.
hoist shopping. So yeah, there's actually a national work truck show in Indy. It's every year. Every so many years I'll go. This year I'll have a reason to go to try to, because those hook hoist people are at that show. So I'll try to see what, because like I said, I got a price on a new one, which I don't really love the cost of the new one. So we're trying to find a used one ideally.
Yeah.
But we'll just see how it goes. So.
Okay.
So that was the last thing. I just want to let you know that yes, we did end up getting it. So that's sitting down at the wastewater plant. And then Trash Cans has been putting their toters together at the shop. So
Okay.
if you see some sitting outside, there's 1,200 of them inside the building, and then the ones you see outside are the ones they've actually put all the wheels on. So
When are they going to deliver those?
Said the last week of December, first week of January.
Okay.
That's what they said.
They should be coming roughly when
Okay.
Waste Management picks it.
And then Waste Management's going to pick theirs up after the last.
At the
yeah,
end of
there'll
the
be
Yeah.
a little bit of a logistical challenge at the shop because Waste Management's going to be picking up stuff at our shop at the same time Trash Cans is moving stuff out of our shop. So they're both seem to be aware of the situation.
Okay. Okay. I know on the water bill it showed, told people to do that. Hopefully they read it. Of course, there's some people don't get a water bill. They just get what they're online or whatever.
Everybody gets a bill though.
Everyone gets the bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just has a stamp on it that says it's an ACH payment.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Bethany, you didn't have anything else?
I do actually.
Okay,
So,
alright.
resolution with regard to Dorsum and the septic. So, I talked with Alicia about it, and we kind of roundtabled it a little bit with Jay Moore, who also he's the Kirkland attorney. So, kind of where we shook out. We would encourage you to consider what sort of slippery slope we could be heading down. If you guys tell me you really want to go ahead and approve doing the permit and all of that, that's fine. I'm just advising you that ultimately this could be setting kind of a slippery slope precedent. Something that Alicia had tossed out as maybe an option, and I don't know, Brooke, you'll know better. What's the tap fee for connecting to town sewer, or is there one?
$350.
$350. Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that's obviously going to be kind of quite a bit less than like the permit application. But she had proposed that as an alternative route if you wanted to do something that was still within the town's scope. I mean, obviously doing the permit from the town is well within the town's scope. If you guys want to do that, that's perfectly fine. The only hesitation that we had was basically you set the precedent that you're willing to do that for other people if they come and want to connect to town sewer. So I drafted resolutions for both. I drafted a resolution to waive the tap fee. I also drafted a resolution to approve the permit application on behalf of the Dorsums by the town. You can go either route. The resolution that I did for approving the permit application to be done by the town through Chad primarily was I tried to limit it to, the unique circumstances of their request, because I know that this is not something that you're going to run into every day. We do have documentation in terms of minutes, in terms of video recording of kind of their unique scenario, and that could be used as sort of distinguishing factors later on, but weigh the risks basically of what precedent does this set for other people that are outside of the town limits. It would probably look a little bit different if they were residents. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying if you're going to do it, just be aware that this does set some degree of precedent and that you could have other requests in the future. I don't know anybody that goes through and reads resolutions or really intently watches this kind of stuff when they're coming to make an ask of the council, but just be advised.
But Dorsums are paying for that, correct?
They're paying for the construction. Basically, what we're saving them is the roughly $1,000 they'd have to pay in a state permit fee. because if we apply for the permit, then the state does not charge us for permits.
Correct,
For
but it's
right-of-way.
not costing the town anything.
No, all
Yeah,
of, all
It
of
was costing some time.
Yeah.
The only other, and she's giving you good advice. The only other thing I would say in mitigation of what she's telling you is this is only affecting if the potential customer is in the state right away.
Mhm.
That's the only precedent we're saying is in the state right away.
yeah.
If it's within, like, let's say Otten Road, the west side of Otten Road, like we were just talking about, that's a different scenario because there is no permit fees for Otten Road
Mhm.
because it's a local road.
Mhm.
So but she's giving you good advice. There's a precedent that even though it is a case by case basis and the resolution is written in such a way that you're focusing on this is a special case. That's why we're doing a resolution for it. But
Yep.
I said I see the conundrum. I do. So
And ultimately, Chad's exactly right, though. This is very unique, and I tried to put that in there. This is a really unique circumstance. You're also talking about someone that's, how many people are going to be that close to a hookup like that has to go through a state right of way, that has to have all of these other random components that are being tied into it. They're out of corporate limits, so we get to charge them additional for their utilities, right?
No.
No.
Rossville doesn't have a separate ordinance for people outside of town.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So they'll pay the same as a normal customer.
Okay. Well, and then something, I guess this is going to kind of jump back to another matter, but with the Kirchhoff subdivision and the agreements that the remonstrance agreements to, annex them later and things like that, we do have the opportunity to charge a higher utility rate for them while they are not annexed into the town. That is common. Most municipalities will do that, especially because in a situation like that, it gives you an opportunity to make a little bit of money because there's obviously some investment on behalf of the town. And then ultimately, yes, you do eventually get the tax revenue, and that's ultimately what you want, is you want the tax revenue from the property taxes of the subdivision. But in the interim, it kind of allows for kind of like a Band-Aid, for lack of better terms, is I think how it would be described.
Well, he may do a voluntary annexation before he even does the development.
Yeah.
So that may be a big issue. But if he does a voluntary annexation, it'll already be annexed by the time he builds a house out there. So
my understanding from talking with Liz, and this could have changed, was he was thinking about, I think kind of partially on her advice at least, doing an agreement for a voluntary annexation like a couple of years down the road. I don't know how long exactly it will take for the subdivision to be built in its entirety. It could very well be before there's anybody purchasing homes. It could be in the town. Yes, that is absolutely correct. Or it could be that some of these homes, as part of their homeowners association, agree to the voluntary annexation later, because that would be basically, it would run with the land. So they would be buying the homes, even though it's not in a subdivision that's incorporated into town limits currently. It is a subdivision that will be by agreement incorporated into and annexed into town limits.
Wouldn't he want to do it before anybody has a house, though?
Probably not, because he is going to want to keep it as county tax rates as long as he possibly can.
Okay.
Yeah. It will save him quite a bit of money.
But could one homeowner say, I don't want to be annexed?
Nope. Because if they buy the home, they would be buying it subject to this agreement that says you will not contest to annexation.
Okay. And also, we are going to be charging a tap fee, is that right?
well, that's all because there was some of that discussion today, which I said is open. There's a lot of points open to negotiation as you guys get more and more in depth with this. Like, for instance, the ability for us to run the water line to the end of our property. Right now, the water line's more towards Ramey Street. We may have economic development, I guess is what I'm saying, is because I can tell he's playing his cards close to the chest. We're doing the same at this point.
Mhm.
So there is options to try to, since we don't have lots of money. If you remember Ben, that was why Ben wanted to appropriate $100-some thousand or seed it, was to potentially, if we had to, try to move this addition along. That was his thinking at the time when we did the budget for 2025. So and we were having that discussion today, which I said, well, as you get into that stuff can be discussed as far as maybe us trying to get the water line to the end in exchange for, you're going to promise us that you're going to do this. But it's a slip. Once again, that's a very slippery slope. As an example, Meadowbrook didn't get off the ground in Frankfurt without help from the city, without grant money. Right now, there's no real measurable amount of money that the town has to put into this housing addition. There's no grant money. The Ready Grant appears to be dried up that provided money for Meadowbrook and Frankfurt. Otherwise, Meadowbrook, my understanding, was not going to get off the ground without those things done. So when I say that, there's a lot of, as you guys get into the weeds or the meat and potatoes of this housing development, there will be a lot of back and forth on what the town can help with, what the town can't help with.
We don't have a whole lot to help with.
Yeah, and so like even I'm trying to think of another example, but like how wide the sidewalks are going to be, and how much base does he have to put down on the roads? They're going to be going through everything with a fine tooth comb, trying to save whatever money they can for their profit margin. Meanwhile, at times we're going to be on the other side, and sometimes that'll be me as your representative saying that doesn't meet our spec. We want 10 inches of stone or whatever the amount is. We don't want 8 inches of stone under the road. So there'll be some back and forth because they need to make money doing this, otherwise they go bankrupt. So and we don't want to see things that don't meet our spec going in either. So
When I was talking about tap fee, I was talking about Dorsum's.
oh yeah, well they would still qualify for a tap fee.
Okay.
Well, thank you for getting back to that because that's part of the negotiation with them out there.
Okay.
You have capacity fees too. So capacity fees are per lot right now, $1,300 per lot, because that lot is eating capacity that the current residents paid to build. So we instituted a capacity fee 20 years ago, which is probably low now compared to some cities and towns, but so it's like $700 for the wastewater, $600 for the water. That may not be exact. I'd have to look at her cheat sheet over there, and then the tap fees are on top of that. So once again, when you get the meat and potatoes of his stuff, that'll be stuff he'll be wanting to waive capacity fees. He'll be wanting to waive tap fees, and there'll be like I said, there'll be a lot of back and forth on a lot of that stuff. But like I said, in my discussions when I did ask like Frankfurt Utilities about did the utilities offer incentives for those developments? Absolutely not. The city did, separate of the utilities, because in Frankfurt the utilities are separate. Because I'm sitting here going, how is this stuff? How are these other towns getting it done and we're not? As far as growth is concerned. And like I said, Meadowbrook was roughly the same housing addition that this could be, and it barely got off the ground. Now they're selling houses out there. I mean, they built out. I think phase 1 they're already selling phase 2 lots, but it's just. And I threw out a number of that 5-year mark today, and I wasn't getting a lot of. Oh yeah, it'll be sooner than 5 years. I was not getting that feeling that it would be sooner than 5 years. So.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they would technically, unless you choose to waive it, they would pay the $350 tap fee.
Okay.
So,
we are saving them $1,000.
yeah.
So I mean, it's pay $350, save $1,000. I do that any day.
Yeah.
So
I mean, in terms of the Dorsum situation, I understand we'd be setting a precedent at some level, but at the same time, like you said, we've got the minutes, and that was kind of an extenuating circumstance. So anything going forward would be kind of a case by case.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. And ultimately you're setting a precedent, but it's a precedent that someone's going to argue, well, you did it for so and so, why wouldn't you do it for me?
Right.
You guys still get to and have the authority to say, we don't feel this meets the same degree of urgency, qualifications,
Right.
et cetera, et cetera. We're not in the same set of circumstances that we're going to do this. I just want to make sure that I am properly advising you all that, hey, here's the risks. You guys already know the reward, weigh the reward weigh what you feel like the town is sacrificing and ultimately make a decision that you're comfortable with. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think we can do it, no problem.
Man,
I
that's
don't have a
great.
problem with that at all. And they're going to be paying sewage fees, the whole bit. So, if someone comes along later on down the road, we'll just
Deal with it.
deal with it at the time.
Another case.
Yeah,
I tend to be the same way.
yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be.
Perfectly fine with me. Then here, I'll read you guys the resolution. It's been a long week that I drafted up. So I have that whereas the town council of the town of Rossville, Indiana, hereinafter the council located in Rossville, Clinton County, Indiana, hereafter the town, holds the power to adopt resolutions for the performance of functions of the town and purchase any interest in property for the use of the town pursuant to, and like the Indiana code site in there. Whereas Bill and Sylvia Dorsum, hereafter the Dorsums, desire to connect to town sewer despite being outside of corporate limits of the town, the council has determined that the Dorsums are within reasonable distance of the sewer lines and are willing and able to pay for all necessary improvements to complete the connection of their home to town sewer. Whereas the Dorsums have requested the town apply for the INDOT permit for work conducted in the state right-of-way necessary to complete their connection to the town-provided sewer as a cost-saving measure. Whereas the town council has determined that they are willing to expend resources of the town to apply for the INDOT permit as a gesture of good faith to the Dorsums given the unique circumstances of their request. Therefore, now it be resolved that the town council of the town of Rossville states as follows. Town of Rossville is authorized to work with the Dorsums and their contractors to apply for the permit for the work being conducted in the state right-of-way necessary for them to connect to the town sewer. Either their utility and street superintendent of the town of Rossville or the president of the town council of Rossville, Indiana, is authorized to sign and execute any documents related to this transaction on behalf of the town of Rossville as necessary. This resolution is effective upon its adoption.
I like the wording unique circumstances.
Texas code. A lot of us.
I'm hoping that is
Yeah.
because I don't want to go into obviously it's all public record at this point, but I don't want to get like too nitty gritty into the weeds. It is unique. You guys are doing this because it's a unique circumstance. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I think we need to adopt that, obviously.
Yep.
And
I make a motion that we adopt, what are we calling it?
A resolution. Here.
Thank you. A resolution approving permit application on behalf of Bill and Sylvia Dorsum.
Second.
okay, it's been motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. It is passed, so we're in good shape there. Okay. Did you have anything else?
That's
No?
it.
Okay, I did go over to my computer because I was wondering that Cardinal thing was driving me nuts. I'm like, I know I don't pay them every month. It is a yearly fee for that maintenance.
Okay.
So
okay.
it would be $570 a year,
Oh.
which breaks down to like $47 a month.
Okay, that sounds a whole lot.
That's
When
a
they
lot.
said- when they said-
For the maintenance fee. And the toner,
You gotta be kidding me.
so just for an idea for the toner, I paid $15. We paid $15 for the whole year
Oh,
and that's your shipping. You pay shipping for the toner when they ship it to you. We've had toner shipped once for $15, so it's not something that's every 3 or 4 months. It's
Okay,
happened once. We
okay.
still have some over there. So,
I think now we can make a vote on that then.
well, I didn't want to mislead you, but I'm like, I went over there and looked at my Cardinal detail history, and I'm like, oh, okay, I paid them once in February.
Because that's a color, right?
Yeah,
That does color.
yeah.
Give you an idea. My gosh, my inkjet printer in my office, I'm spending
Oh yeah.
$300 or $400 a year on just ink cartridges.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So expensive.
Yeah. So that's what it is. I broke it down here. We take it out of 2 different appropriations, but it was $4.95 for the year and $15 for toner, and we still have some left. And then
Okay.
we paid that in February.
Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah,
So,
it does.
We haven't paid them since February.
so I
Anything
guess now we can vote on that since we
Yeah.
know what we're doing.
up to you guys. I'm just because
Okay.
I know that and it's fine with me. So
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to learning anything new.
We get
But we
that
need
one
to do
over-
it.
But at the same time, I want to make sure I give you the information that I just looked up. So
Okay. Okay.
okay, I make a motion that we
Okay.
buy a new, what's the brand name? Or
Rico.
Rico, it's the Cardinal. Where'd the paperwork go?
A
That's
new
right here.
copier from Cardinal.
It'll be the Rico IMC 2510.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
Is that the one you're wanting to go with? The middle one, right?
Yes.
Not the upgrade,
Yes.
not the.
Yes.
New one, right?
Okay.
The
Second.
new one. Option
Okay.
2.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, I'll try to get the invoice tomorrow.
Which means we can pay it this year,
Yeah.
or at least
Okay.
part of it.
Okay.
Encumber it at least. Well,
Yeah. If not, can we make it another conference? Can you do that after the fact?
I was like, well, I guess you could ask them if it's in stock. If not, you have the money in next year's budget too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find more information out tomorrow. I'll send an email out to you guys, let you know what's going on with them.
Do you make notes of all things? I got to do this. I got to call this person. I got to check.
Yeah,
this
it's right
out.
here. It's right
You see
here.
all the sticky notes on our computer?
Yeah.
I have something that looks like that too.
Bert, do you have anything else?
Nope.
The only thing we have to do is, I guess, elect a president for next year. And I'll throw it open to whoever wants to step forward. Wouldn't bother me in the least bit.
I nominate Stan Cox.
Sally nominates.
Okay.
Why are you not thrilled with that?
Well,
don't
I mean,
thrilled, but-
I'm willing to go another year and do that because I mean I've come up there from time to time and get called and what have you. I mean, it's more involved than just coming to one meeting.
Of course it is.
Probably next year I would like to see someone else do it because that will be my last year. I will not run again. So I'm one term and done. So I think then for 27, so I'd like to see someone else come in so they can be, go for it.
Okay, we'll think about it.
Instead of being,
rock,
you two
paper, scissors,
talk
pick it
together,
up,
see who
right?
wants to do it, and I don't care.
Get a whole nother year to think about it, right?
Yeah.
Is this something that has to be voted on?
Oh,
All right.
wait a
So-
minute. Do we vote on a new president every year?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
believe it is.
Sally
I made the motion.
motions.
Second.
Serene second.
If you don't want to, I
All
can
in
throw my
favor?
hat in there. I would.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay.
Aye.
I'll do I say one more year, then you guys figure out who wants to do it for the last part of my term. So,
All right.
okay. I mean, you just have to be available basically to come up occasionally and do whatever Brooke sends you a note to do and what have you, and occasionally have to meet with someone and talk about things that we don't want to talk about.
Sometimes we just call him.
Which we had one conversation this year. So, anywho, okay. Anybody has anything else? No.
Jaden,
Oh,
Got anything? anything to say? No. Okay.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion's.
Good. Is it good?
Motion made and second to adjourn. All in favor?
I agree.
Aye.
And Merry Christmas,
Yes.
Happy New
Here,
Year,
everybody.
and all that good stuff.
I'll go my way home.
And hopefully
This
you don't
has
fall
a
down
space for
again.
your
And,
signature on it.
I got a question on Kirkhoff's.
What's the number? Do we
Is
know?
his
No.
plan-
12.
Is it?
Yeah,
I guess more after ordinances where we have to
You would
resolution.
have to.
Let me know.
Yes.
It's a major.
But is he
major-
gonna build
Because I
houses?
probably
So
got
people
more
are-
else.
we'll
No,
set
no, no,
things
you
up
would-
and
you would
sell
basically-
people.
So if
Nine
something
or something
you
like
have
that
to
for
sit
ordinances.
down.
Where are we at for resolutions?
I can't get past that. There's something else.
I think this.
yeah,
Might be the
normally I
first
haven't had a
resolution we've
problem
done
with
this
it.
year.
Okay.
It's just I want someone to be.
I don't know. You check your records. I'll check mine.
The three of us,
I don't even know where my records
Okay,
are.
I'm
you
just-
excluded. When the three of us came, we was all brand new. We was like
That's
3
funny, I
years.
know.
We had no clue what was going on, And I think it would be helpful
I do genuinely think this is
for
our
my
first
last year to have
resolution.
someone else do it so they
And then
can.
I'll trade you. This is for your records.
The next
That is.
term,
Yeah. We're
provided
talking.
no one, I mean, you're gonna have to
So
file
if you
for
want to,
one.
you can surely pick your.
Obviously.
And I think that was kind of a shot in the
No
dark.
one may file against you.
I
don't
think
know
you and
how to
Chad
do
were
that.
like, well, we
But,
did 6, and
Yeah.
then you guys jumped to like 9.
Does it matter if we skip the number?
I've even toyed with the thought. and
No,
I've talked to
honestly.
Dave Seaver,
Air builders.
We'll work on that
and I
next
know
year.
they talked about adding 2
That sounds like
members
I suppose in
I-
theory.
that would offset
as
far as
my tour.
when they would run.
Were we supposed to do
So
something
it
with
would
this
be
or not?
3 and 2.
No, I
So
think he was
two-
just giving it to us, so we
It
had
should
it.
be
I need
2
to
years,
look at it. I saw
and
some
the
emails
staggered
to me
staggered
earlier.
already.
It's been
Yeah,
a
that way you wouldn't have
So
Okay, well, I've
A
been
whole
wondering
brand
that.
new group.
Yeah.